Thanks for, I'm going to speak very briefly here, and I was told they were going to pull me off the stage in about 2 or 3 minutes, so I'll be briefer. I just wanted to come up here and thank my friends in labor for the support I've had. I was elected first to Congress in 1998, first Democrat in 40 years in the 3rd District of Kansas, which surrounds Kansas City, as you know. And I think that, I hope and believe that I've established a good record, very friendly for the most part. Not perfect, but very friendly towards my labor friends, because I think that's very important. And I want to say this, to talk about something that next Senator Slattery was talking about just a few minutes ago. There is a projected deficit for our country, this comes from the White House, for next year of $482 billion. There is a projected surplus for Iraq next year of $79 billion. What's wrong with this picture when they keep asking us to help them with reconstruction costs over there? We've already spent more than 4,000 American lives. We spent $750 billion in Iraq. And, you know, I'm glad Saddam Hussein's gone. He was a horrible butcher. But now the Iraqi government's even asking us to set a time frame for withdrawal. And right now we've spent, as I said, $750 billion added to our debt in Iraq. We need to start looking out for ourselves and our people in this country as well. And at some point, if the Iraqi people won't support their own government, I think we've done everything we can for that country. And I just think a new president maybe could help reevaluate the situation there. As Senator McCain said, it might take 100 years. Well, I don't think we have that much time or money, Senator McCain. I say that with all due respect to Senator McCain. I want to say, too, I'm running this time. I probably got an opponent with as much stature, if not more, than any of my past opponents because he's served 12 years in the Kansas Senate. But he was contacted by a television reporter up in the Kansas City area after the president vetoed SCHIP, State Children's Health Insurance Program. And my opponent's name is Nick Jordan, Senator Jordan, state senator. And the reporter said, Senator, how would you have voted? What would you have done about SCHIP? And he said, well, I'm not really familiar with that program. Well, he's been in the state senate 12 years. He should know about State Children's Health Insurance Program, number one. Then number two, when pressed, he said, well, I guess if I were in Congress, I would have voted to sustain the president's veto. Folks, I'll tell you what. I think most adults in our country have to be responsible for themselves. Government can't take care of everybody. But if we can't take care of little 2-, 3-, 4-year-old kids who live in impoverished families, what are we about as a nation? What are we about? That just made me almost ill when I heard him say that, when Nick Jordan say that. Again, we just have a special responsibility to little kids, especially ones who live in very, very poor families. And I'm hopeful that we're going to get that done, get the president, and if this president won't do it, maybe the next president will allow an expansion of the SCHIP program, because we have that obligation to our kids and to our people. My opponent also benefited from a visit by your friend Vice President Cheney last December, who came in and did a fundraiser for him. And your friend President Bush, who came in and did a fundraiser in May for him and raised $425,000. And then he was putting out press releases that said he's raised more money than any congressional candidate in one spending period, ever before in that district, which is true. But when you get the president, who has low approval ratings right now, but can still draw money, people pay $1,000, $3,000 to have their picture taken with him. He raised $425,000 in one night. You can't take that away. I'm asking for your continued support, and you've been there with me, and I very, very much appreciate that. I think we are friends. I know a lot of you personally in this room, and I really appreciate the support I've had from labor, and I promise I'm going to be there for you in the future as well. Thank you all very, very much.